Okay, mate, welcome back to the NH8120. It's a kind of a hot 3120, and I'll show you what I'm doing to these sinkers to make them get more power, performance and power. So I'll start with the intake area first. So, carby. Now I'll put the carby together so you can see how it works on the airfill one. Now the airfill like there is, I'll point to it. That one there is the idle. That one there is low jet. The one at the back here, I'll point to that one best I can. That's the high jet there. Now when they come, the high jet actually squashed with the housing for the airflow. Trying to get a better view for you. Try and hold thing one hand. So you have to grind some of that metal out of that housing so the screw will smooth. Now the screw at the moment does move. I'm happy with that. But this is where I can't finish putting this thing back together. When I pulled it off the saw, I broke the gas, more doing protecting the thing on and off. But when I pulled off the saw, I didn't realise that part of the pulse line there broke. See, I had to buy a gas, so that's coming from China somewhere. So it's going to be put in the back burner, but I can put most of the saw back together. I can't put the car back on, but that gas it there, that bugger thing, it just broke, and that's the way it was. Pulled off easy and all that, but it must have been broken when it was put on there because it was sitting out about there. On base, really, it went. It's funny. But, yeah, I just, see how much I do. I lined up with, I lined up with a felt marker, a magic marker, just so I could see where it sits better. So, I put a mark just there at the center of the screw. I made the width of the screw, that mark there, and the side there, it's width. I put it on, test and test. That's how long that screw is, that mark there. So I left it so there's enough room. I can actually adjust the screw, because the other top one of these, I did the screw was bent. So as you undermine the screw, screwing up or down. So be mindful of this, you have to relieve some of this metal. It's not thick, guys, it's quite thin spots, but you can do it. Now, get into more intake, a big lump, right down here on the intake, got rid of that. There's a bit of lip, there's still a bit of lip there. I fixed it up. There's more lips down here. I cleaned up still. Down here on both sides. Down here, so I've cleaned that up. Some more airflow. Now there was a big, like I think a sand deadener coming right up the top here on both sides. I cut them back to more airflow because it's hard to suck stuff. It's hard to suck air and stuff in. It needs to blow, so air will come up now from the saw and come through the airflow that's on top. So that part of the saw sits. Now moving on to the cylinder, it's really a sad port really. There's your lower transfers. That's your intake lower, and I've done the uppers. I put a snake style on the upper, just near the intake, so a bit more of a squirt goes towards the carby. Both sides, clean it up, make sure she's right to flow. The exhaust, arch her up a bit, clean it up and make it a bit wider. So if you're ready to rock and roll, I'm gonna pole match the carby and pole match the exhaust to the cylinder before I put it together. I'll make that sure it's right. Got for me guests for that. But I will make sure I don't want it to be a pain in the ass. Now the other thing I do with this saw, I gave it a piston at tattoo. That's the piston. Now when your piston goes down in the cylinder, as it goes down, you hear your upper transfers, they open up. Now upper transfers, when they crack, and I'm talking about the first half mil, they crack and they are flying through, and they come across the piston and come up and start eating into the void where the exhaust was. And what I'm trying to do is, you ever see water go down the corrugated iron, it always follows the grooves. Now they're slightly grooves. I put that black texture over so you see it, but there is release in that a little bit. But I've angled the same angles where the transfers open up at, and I put lines down here so when the air hits, it circles and stays. Now I've done this before on a few saws, and the first thing it does when you start the saw, if you had the saw perfectly tuned before, and you can do this to your piston, the saw becomes rich all of a sudden because there's more air. More fuel staying inside the cylinder and you get more power. That part there, no point doing that. It's anywhere I want the fuel. But basically, where your wash pattern is, if you've got a good wash pattern, that's the time when you really want to do your tattoo, because then you get to work out what it goes down. Don't go silly, just enough. I did go where the upper transfers up near your carby. I went slightly deeper on the edge there. That's it. Now on this piston, I'll show you this one. I can zoom in here. Because this saw will rev quite hard, I put a hole in the lower ring there. On both sides. On the exhaust side, so you might see some light going from there. Have to angle this right. Okay, look, that may in that. How can this go? How can this? I know. Put it up in your head, I'll put that behind the piston. You'll see light go through the piston. There you go. Like that side. And like that side. You see the light? Yeah, we can see the light. Now, what they'll do is, when your piston goes bottom to the center, I'll put my headlight back on so I can see. Being big day, kids' birthday party and stuff, twins, still working there. When your piston goes bottom to the center, you got full compression in the crankcase, and there's exhaust. Full compression, and it'll squirt just a tiny bit of fuel up behind the ring and add lubricant to the actual area of the exhaust, which is hot. But these holes aren't lined up with the exhaust port, so they're lined up with the cylinder. So it won't never go actually in the exhaust, but it will lubricate the face of the cylinder and cool the face down just a tiny bit. So I'll be using both rings, and that will add performance. This will add performance by lubricating the cylinder. Now the intake side, it's not really necessary because it's already cool, but the exhaust side, it gets damn hot, and I know it gets hot. So that's that piston done. Now wrist pin clips or gadget pin clips, cut them, make them shorter. I do them as short as I can to grab them. You can get shorter when there's a little bit shorter. I'll put that on there on the PTO side, so that side, because it's hard to get to. So I'll put that on the piston first, and the next one I'll put on this flywheel side, because you can get to it with this bridge gets to the road, and that will less chance of the wrist pin clips snapping. And I've had one snap before, and when they go, they come through here, go your piston, smash everything, and just kill yourself. So you can minimise some weight to make it a bit hard. Now open up the windows on the pistons a bit on both sides. And if you go too much, you lose volume in your crankcase to actually add compression to your crankcase. If you open up too wide, the pistons, if they're too airy, you don't get much compression in yourself. So you can go too far. So a little goes a long way, guys. So you're looking for flow. So I've got flow coming from the bottom here. I smoothed off all the edges so it can get out when it wants to. And go out for the side here too. But you remember, look that way. The fuel comes out through your transfers that way too, as well through the windows. So I cleaned up the pits here. Sand it with 1200 grit sandpaper. So that's lots of rock and roll. There was a mark on the pistons here somewhere. So we got rid of it now. I think it was this side here. Didn't leave a mark on the cylinder, but it was a mark. The cylinder had marks from brand new. Wasn't all that happy, but I don't think it would be a problem with the saw. It did run well. So the other thing I'll be doing to this thing, I think going first, I'll probably be doing a 3 to 4 degrees advance on timing, and that should wake her right up. So I'll wait to see how this runs on here. It sounds each saw will be slightly different, especially Chinese made saws be completely different. I'm also going to put a 272 unlimited coil on that, and it reaches right at the top. There's no problem with that. So a 272 coil, I've got that in the drawer just there, so I should have got that. But yeah, coil different change, a coil change as well. Now the muffler, he's got a big exhaust now. That's the port for there. I've shown before how to do that. Open it up. Put this one here. I'll put an extra port in here. So that's well, I should show you. Where'd that thing go? Oh, there we go. That's actually off a exhaust for a Chinese 52cc muffler. I just cut in half, battery hammer, squeezed it, made it work. So the hole here is a 1/2 inch hole. I'll blown it out, clean it out, so the exhaust can come out here and also come out here. So it won't be too much noise there, but it will perform. So As I got port match the gas. Please make sure there's no lips. I want to make sure if anything the exhaust is slightly bigger than the cylinder because you have your steps and I didn't have a small hole going to a bigger hole, to a bigger hole, and to a bigger hole. So that's what the plan of this thing is. Been working all day basically. It'll should have about 26 hours of squish. I checked it before, so it should be right. No machine works ever pouring it. But that gasket, that's the only thing I'm waiting on this gasket. And apart from that, should we go? I could probably make the thing, but I thought I'd be able to buy one of these gaskets really easy. But if I buy one from the States, it's super dear. It's pretty thin. But a little dumb thing like that can break your day. It wouldn't break with a hole of the bolt was like that. That was maybe getting cranky. But it snapped like that. How it came off the saw like that. And it was running. So if you got a problem, check your gaskets. If put together wrong. The intake block looks fine. The gasket on that looks fine. No problem with that. Don't know if I got that cost of it here. So it looks good. That's fine. So it's a bit of an odd shape. I could probably muck around with that, make that big too. I might have a look at that too. Make sure the block matches the cylinder. I don't know what I'm doing now. Probably can't see. That's the problem. Trying to see things like this visually, it's a damn thing. Hard thing to do sometimes. That's a pretty close fit. I can't any more of that. I think I'm gonna mess up. Where's the bolts that? There, so I'll go like that. Careful, don't want to break the gas in this one. That's one bolt. Where's the other bolt? Get that nails line up. Now I'm not gonna worry about this. Lips both sides. There's a lip on the intake on one side. And now I'll be happy with that. It still should perform like crazy. I'll put it together as much as I can, but I'll have to wait for the gasket. That's it. That's still stuck there. So it's funny, there's certain things that stuck. The gasket on these cylinders, oh my god, they're very much a pain. The gasket is stuck to the cylinder, but it's not stuck to the block. The block's quite clean. So I'll wipe it all up, give it oil in there, and start putting it together. I'll check the exhaust first, and basically get this all locked up. So if I had to wait for a month for this part to come through, hopefully it doesn't take that long. But if I have to wait up, I'll make sure no crap gets into the cylinder. But anyway, that's the plan, guys. Let's thought I'd share. I like the exhaust. It should be interesting noise. Okay, so it's like a 1/2 inch hole in there too. But the hole is back here. So it won't be annoying, it won't burn nothing, it's behind the dogs and all that. But there's a 1/2 inch hole here plus the other hole in the back. Alright guys, over and out from neo-tec. Alright guys, have fun.